Hi, welcome back. I'm Camille. We now know that the in between is many things. It's the place between endings and beginnings, it's the space between who you were and who you are becoming. And it's also the walk home to yourself. And on that walk, there are moments when things happen that are too specific to be random. You're thinking about somebody and then you run into them in the store. You're carrying a question in your mind for days, and then suddenly there's the answer in a song, in an article, literally something that someone says to you. Whereas in the old design model, we would say, oh, wow, what a coincidence. Today, with the unseen forces at play, we know exactly what we're dealing with. This is synchronicity. These are the moments when we actually say to ourselves, now, wait a second, is this a sign? Is this an answer specifically for me? And the truth is that it is. Because synchronicity is the language of the invisible. It's also the language of alignment. It's those moments when the universe is giving you a wink that says, I hear you. And yes, this way. Follow the breadcrumbs, connect the dots. This is the moment in which we go from, oh, what a coincidence, to, wow, this is an orchestrated moment that is asking me to pay attention. You are in a process right now in which you have become willing to develop a relationship with the invisible. That's what the helpers are all about. Go back and look at some of those videos. The compass, the inner knower, the gatekeeper, the observer. Those helpers are here to assist us in realizing that the help is not just in the visible realm from people, places, things. There are helpers also in the invisible realm. The helpers begin to give us the opportunity to stretch our thinking and stretch our belief system to include the possibility that even though we can't see it, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We have all sorts of moments in which this invisible intelligence is trying to get our attention. And synchronicities is that language. And so at this point in your journey, you are having a co creative partnership with that invisible presence. And maybe you call it God, your higher power, your soul, whatever the word is, you are actively creating a relationship with the invisible presence that governs not just the universe, but your life. Synchronicities are not something that can be scientifically proven, but just because they can't be proven by science, it doesn't mean they can't be proven by you. And the way that you prove that you're having these orchestrated moments by an intelligence that is communicating directly to you is the actual experience of it. And yes, the mind is going to dismiss it. The mind will still continue to say, what a coincidence. However, now, because you're mindful, because you're awake, because you are aware of what's going on, now you're looking for signs. When you hear your mind say that, or maybe even you hear yourself say it, that's a moment to catch yourself and go, oh no, wait a second. I used to think that was a coincidence when I thought life was happening to me. But now that I know life is happening through me, now that I know there's an invisible presence that is awake, aware, alive, responding, and responsive to, through, around, and as me, I know it's not a coincidence. I know that this is a sign. I know that this is a breadcrumb encouraging me to take it and keep walking in that direction. And it will be unique to you. It could even be a feeling, a hunch that doesn't go away. That's the invisible intelligence that is tapping you on the shoulder saying, hey, I'm trying to get your attention. Pay attention. And that's what this moment is about. And honestly, I hope you see it as an opportunity to lighten up a little bit and play with this intelligence. Because if you're praying, or if you're in your own way communicating with your soul, with your heart, with this God of your understanding, with this invisible intelligence that I speak about, if you're talking with it, if you're asking it, show me a sign, and it does, don't dismiss it. See it as a specific answer for you. You know, there's that great story in which someone asks for help and the cops come and they tell the person, the flood waters are coming, evacuate. And the person says, I'm waiting for a sign. And the cop says, okay. And then the waters come and a boat comes and says, hey, get in. The waters are rising. And the person says, no, I'm waiting for a sign. And then the helicopter comes because the person is on the roof. And the helicopter is saying, grab the ladder. And the person says, no, I'm waiting for a sign. And then in heaven, the person says to the God of their understanding, what happened? I thought you were going to send me a sign. And that intelligence responds and says, are you kidding? I sent a cop, a boat, and a helicopter. What more did you want? It's certainly an exaggerated story, but it does make the point. Signs are all around you. And synchronicity is asking you to pay attention. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.